listening to the Dynamic Women podcast. Each week, you'll be inspired by our global community of women. They'll share with you tools and stories to help you be dynamic in every area of life. Here's your host, award-winning coach, and the CEO and founder of Dynamic Women, Diane Rolston.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dynamic Women podcast. I am here with the lovely Sussan Toub. Hello.
Hello. I'm good.
Good. Now, the thing that I want to do today is to talk about the success you've had, to talk about give our listeners some tips as to how they can do better in their world to save themselves some money. Does that sound good? Can we do that?
For sure. Yes.
Okay, well, let me tell our listeners a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So I personally know Sussan, so I know her because she takes care of my business and me. Let me tell you how. She's from Perfect Impressions and is a print broker. And as a print broker, she provides a managed service to her clients. She is the liaison between her clients and the printers. Sussan has over 20 years experience in the printing industry, and during this time, she established valuable long-term relationships with trusted wholesale printers and suppliers in every area of print and finishing. Oh, yes. Now, I'm not going to go into why we should choose you right now. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I'm curious, how did you even get into being into the printing world?
Okay.
I haven't heard that story.
No, I actually have two completely different backgrounds from my early days in Iran. I was a coordinator and a personal secretary to a few companies. And then when my kids were born, I decided I wanted to stay home. So I went into fashion design and I did fashion design there. And then when we moved to Canada in 1996, we came as entrepreneurs and we were obliged to buy a business and hire Canadians to work. So we looked into many different businesses and mailboxes, etc. At the time, the one on Denman Street was for sale. So we thought maybe with my background in coordination and what I knew, we would be able to do this. And my husband's second language is actually French, and his third language is English. So it was a little more difficult for him.
Wow.
So we bought this business in 1997, and we started working in 1997, and we sold our business finally in 2013. So we bought it, actually, to be honest with you, just to remove our conditions to become Canadians and then sell it. But the business was doing so good that we thought, why do that? It's stupid these days that people are running around to make money, that we sell a business that is making excellent money. Yeah. So at the time in 97, as you know, color copies was really a very big thing. But printing was one of my favorite parts of this business. We did shipping, we did mailbox service, we did lots and lots, but printing was my baby. And I kept going after that. So, and finally, knowing so much, I was able to do a lot of marketing, to do more and more printing, coming to know a lot of resources that were available to us in printing at the time. And of course, the mailboxes, etc. name came and became UPS Store because UPS bought mailboxes, etc. And we grew like that. So that's how we did it.
Wow. First of all, I just have to say congratulations on being so brave as to completely pick up and move countries. Every time I hear the story of people doing this, we cannot gloss over the fact that you did it, and then you have to work in a completely different industry, take on the risk of owning a business, and doing it all in a different language. Like,
Exactly.
bravo to you. I know that we have so many amazing immigrants into Canada now, thankfully to us, thankfully we get to have you as Canadian, which is amazing. So congratulations. And I know that we have listeners all over the world who come from different countries and move. And my parents did the same thing, moving to Canada from England. And my husband's family did the same thing, moving from New Zealand. So what do you think it took? Like, what helped you to have the gumption, the courage to move countries?
Well, that a lot of people from Iran moved because of the revolution, whatever happened.
Yep.
So for us, we have 3 boys, and we did not want them to go into the military service. So just before they were to the age of military, we decided that this is the time to move.
Wow.
And that's what we did, to bring our sons to Canada. And they did excellent in their education, and they are doing very well in their lives, all of them.
Wow. So you're not only a successful business owner, but also a loving mom to now 3 grown-up boys.
Yes. we have grandchildren now, so
yes, that new freedom. That's awesome. So so in your bio, in the intro I did of you, you said that you were able to establish valuable long-term relationships with the people that you worked with, the vendors.
Yeah.
So what kind of advice can you give to people in whatever business they're in, or even whatever career they're in, into how do you get such deep relationships? How do you do that so that you can continue to work with them beyond the career that you were in?
To be honest with you, customer service is not just to serve your client. Customer service is also how you take care of your vendors.
Yeah.
It is very important. And I think this must have been because I remember the day we told our vendors that we are going to sell our business. I wish I had taken pictures of the gift baskets that we received, of the gifts that we received from these vendors, telling us how sorry they are to lose us as a client. And when we actually sold our store to retire. My husband is retired now, and when 6 months after retirement, I decided that I had too much energy to retire. So one of my sons, who knew me quite a bit in business, all our sons actually worked in the store, but one of them, who worked the latest, he knew some of these vendors and he knew a lot of our clients. And he suggested that I would pick up print brokering. So I said, how do I do this? Because before, through the UPS store, I used to get a lot of discounts from these guys. And he said, how do you think that it would be possible? By calling and contacting them. So I did. And the first one, who was the largest company, when they said yes, of course we would love to have you and give you all the discounts you used to get. That gave me the courage to go after the rest. And that's how, I think, because we also served our vendors well. And that is the secret, I think. Paying in time. We never went overtime to pay an invoice to any of our vendors. So I think that must have been one. And they knew through word of mouth that we were doing so well. They actually saw how well we were doing, because our business grew from really a very small store into such a big business.
Wow. So some good tips there around treating everyone well, customers and your vendors, and paying on time.
Yes.
Or paying early, I'm sure, will help to build that trust factor there. They know that they can give you deals, or they can give you, bigger jobs or whatever it may be.
Yeah, true.
That's awesome. So some people who are listening might not understand fully what a print broker is or the benefits of it. So how would you explain what a print broker is compared to like going to a printer?
Okay. A print broker is the person who can go to many printers on my client's behalf. So because I have so many, and because a lot of these printers want my job, as soon as they find out when I tell them who my vendor is, they would love to be on board with me. So that is a great reason for me, and it benefits my clients, because when even if I don't know a printer, say in London, Ontario, for example, as soon as I call them and I say, you know what, this printer is who I go to. Are you willing to give me a good rate for my client? And that's how it happens.
Nice. So just like when we got the mortgage for our house, mortgage broker, and I'm sure this is a great way for everyone to understand, the mortgage broker will go out there. They already know the connections. They already know what they can do, and they know how to push a little bit.
That's great.
So you get the best quality for the best price. Now, I know in the Global Club, we're going to be talking, the Dynamic Women Global Club, we're going to be talking about the 7 printing mistakes you could be making that cost you more money. And I'm guessing, and because we haven't gone through them yet, so I don't know what they are, but I'm guessing one of them is trying to broker your own print job. That's like the biggest one, right?
Yeah.
So, what are just some common mistakes that you see businesses making that are costing them some money?
Going to cheap printers. That's number one.
Number one. Okay.
Well, yeah. What I have done is kind of categorize what to do when I'm be talking about these mistakes.
Yeah.
But honestly, when you're brokering your own print, and you don't know the printer, and you go and they're offering fantastic rates on their business cards, that's how they get you in.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to some specialty printing, that's when they get your neck. And they know you've used them before, and because everybody says they are reasonable in price or they're cheap in price, they're good. I have clients from many of these big printing companies that were fed up with the reordering a job that was printed bad.
Okay. So it's not only going to cost you money, but it's going to cost you time.
Time. Yeah. Imagine that you have a deadline. You have to attend a conference.
Yeah.
And you've left everything for last minute, and the job comes in 3 days before the conference.
Yeah.
And either the paper is not good, the print is not good, something is wrong anyway. Do you have time to redo it? Yes, maybe. But how much extra do you have to pay to get it done? So it really will cost you.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who are wanting to get access to that training on the 7 printing mistakes that you could be making that cost you more money in your business or in your life, even if you're doing wedding invitations or whatever it may be, or other printing needs, then you need to head over to the Dynamic Women Global Club. Or if enough people comment on this podcast and say, give us access, then I would be willing to release this as a podcast. So the people need to speak, though. Now, before we finish up this podcast, I do want to do one final question here. You do say that your philosophy is simple. Always be the best in whatever you do and in your business, because servicing your clients' printing needs over and above their expectations. So basically this philosophy of life. Be the best in whatever you do and serve your clients over and above their expectations.
Yeah.
So how is that, like, how did you come to that? Or what kind of tips can give people to do that?
You know, working at the store for 17 years, that philosophy really was born from day one, because as I was serving clients and they would come in, and as I would help them and notice that, wow, they're getting to know me. So this grew, and that was really my motto. And I still see after 6 years that, in fact, it happened on Saturday. I was at a restaurant, and as I was walking out, somebody called me by my name and got up and said, "Oh my God, we missed you so much at the store." You know, this really brought me into tears. So that proved my philosophy of being the best, of trying to be the best in whatever I do, especially for my clients. So this lady remembered me after 6 years not seeing me by my name, and how fantastic we helped them, how good we worked for them.
Yeah, and that's kind of the reaction you get, you know, when you meet the doctor that did your heart surgery, or, you know, the person that helped you to maybe find your house. But you wouldn't think of that with someone that helped you with your printing needs, or at a store, right? So congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
On that. Yeah.
I'm very actually proud to say that during the time of these 17 years, we did win quite a number of awards as well from our corporate office for making, you know, being the best in customer service, being high numbers and all that. So I'm very proud of that as well. All my awards are sitting on one corner on a shelf.
Well, if I can be so bold as to say, you need to be dropping those into your bio, because I did not see any of that in your bio, and I didn't know about any of those. And you know, a tip for everyone: your past success is your current success, and so put them in there. Put them in your bio. We'll have to update your bio and add those in. Award-winning for customer service, something like that. Yeah. You got to be bold in that way, right? Okay, well, for listeners out there, please check out Perfect Impression. Susanna's all your like print broking needs. She can print like all over the place. She's got connections all over, and I trust her with my printing needs for my business. Brochures, business cards, banners, books, I don't know, like portfolio things. I've done it all. Bookmarks. I've done so much with her, and reach out to her. And I know we were going to do this on the other on the Global Club, but if you reach out to her and you have a conversation with her, she is going to help you to know where you can save money in, oh, you don't need that, or don't put out for that. And then give you the best advice. So if you want to know that for your printing needs, you need to reach out to her. She's lovely. You're lovely. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you, Dynamic Women, for joining us today. Please hop on over to iTunes to subscribe and leave us a review. Who do you know who needs to hear our message? We'd love it if you'd share our channel with your friends and family. If you're ready to be more dynamic, have more balance and more success, head over to www.dynamicwomenclub.com/free gift for your Key to Success book. Stay dynamic.